I'm not gonna lie, I've been looking forward to this episode for a very long time. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Planet 2. Today, we are gonna be adding in some of the cutest, fluffiest, just most calm and docile, but also super clumsy animals that we have ever seen before. This is the giant panda episode, and man, I think this is gonna be a lot of fun. These guys are so cute, and I think they're gonna be a huge new addition to our zoo. So without further ado, let's do it. You guys can see the sun is coming up over the horizon over there. It's a brand new day here in our African zoo, and we are going to be placing these guys somewhere over here in our Asian section. So let's take a look at what we've got. I've actually spent quite a bit of time on the marketplace this morning, just kind of taking a look at what we can find, trying to get the best possible animals for this exhibit. So I think we did pretty well. These guys are obviously very rare. They're I don't think they're critically endangered, but they are vulnerable, and just like in terms of like the numbers of them that are shared on the marketplace, there's not that many. So we didn't have a ton to choose from, especially if we didn't want to spend like 10,000 conservation credits each. So first up, we've got a female here, which she's looking pretty good, you know, pretty run-of-the-mill, pretty average. Decent fertility, which is the main thing I was looking for. Another female here, pretty good fertility. We've got a male here, again, pretty average, a little bit better than average. I mean, you guys could see, like, there are no standouts here. There are no gold stars. There are no crazy ones that have fantastic genes. But I think this is going to be enough to get us started. So if we take a look at our Zoopedia here, interesting enough, these guys are so chill. It doesn't really matter, males versus females, or how many of them. Like, you just need 10 in total. You could have 9 males and 1 female. That sounds like a not very good time for her. Or you could have 1 male and 9 females if you wanted. So we went with 3 and 3. We'll see how it works out. This is kind of our little test run with these guys, and you know, we'll learn from it and then move forward in our next generation. They actually only live for 20 years, which I figured they would live longer than that, but you know, I guess that's all they've got. So they mature at 6 years old. There's only 14 years of potentially having babies, and it looks like there's 5 months of the pregnancy and then 2 years in between. So you're only going to have a couple of chances to be able to have offspring during their lifetime, and we're going to have to make sure that they're happy. So overall, you know, pretty chill. They need 1,000 square meters, a little bit less, 900 square meters, 2 to 29 degrees Celsius. So we're definitely going to need some coolers in here. They don't need any water, although we'll probably make some little water features just to make it look nice, and a grade 4 climb-proof fence. So bam, there you have it. Overall, pretty simple. Now let's figure out what we want to do here. All right, so the number one feature of our exhibit today is going to be in a blueprint, and I'm just going to be honest, there's no way I could have made this on my own. We've got a giant pagoda for these guys. So you guys can see it's going to cost us $8,000 just about, but look at this, dude. Very traditional Asian structure here. You guys can see the walls kind of look like the Great Wall a little bit. We've got all the oriental designs and the red and the black, and oh, dude, this thing, it looks so cool. And then down underneath, we've got like a bunch of stalls and stuff, so we can throw down some bedding and whatever else. So they're going to be able to get away from the crowds, or they can come up here and they can play on their little wind chime and look all cute and stuff. So this is going to be our primary feature. It's going to be the focal point of our setup here. And I'm thinking, because it's so high and you're going to want to be able to see them when they're up on that structure, I'm thinking we're going to back it up to this, but we're going to want it at eye level. You guys can see if we set it up on flat ground like this, I mean, it looks nice and it's impressive, but at the same time, you aren't going to be able to see them when they're up there playing around, messing around, stuff like that. So really, we want it to be more like this. Now, if we just send it down into the ground, obviously we lose that underground section where they can kind of hang out and have their bedding and stuff. So I think we're just going to lower the ground overall in this section, and we'll have it kind of like, you know, slope upwards as it goes out in that direction over there. So let's get to it, man. We're going to grab our terrain tool here. And like I said, we're gonna push this section down. It's gonna have to be quite a bit, to be honest. I'm thinking something like that. Let's try that. We'll flatten this out to the foundation, then we're gonna see how this looks. If we're down like this, that's actually gonna end up being perfect. Let's go, Trev. You just killed that right there. That was solid. So I'm gonna go ahead and flatten this out. I'm trying to think how big we want it. I mean, to be honest, I think it would be kind of cool to center it with this. And then we could have kind of like either a loop around or like a big triangle that connects all the way through here. I guess we could kind of build the path first just to figure out where we have to fade the terrain and everything else and kind of set some boundaries. Would be kind of nice. So yeah, I'm thinking something like that is going to be pretty cool. And that way people can kind of walk around. They've got a top-down view of these guys. We're going to go back into our terrain tool. And we're gonna kind of finish this out. And like I said, this backside back here, we're gonna try to keep it nice. But the backside is gonna be the bottom side, and then we're gonna kind of slope up. So I think for a low area, this is probably pretty good. Obviously, we want to kind of bring this all the way back over here, and hopefully we're leaving enough room. I definitely want to make sure that we can get a fence around the top section. Trying to keep this as nice and even as possible. It's hard to make a straight line when you've got a circle as a tool, but we're trying to do it as even as we can. Another thing I just realized that we kind of lucked out on is that obviously pandas are going to want a ton of bamboo. So the fact that we made the viewing angle so tall, that's going to be nice because we're going to be able to put bamboo pretty much everywhere, and it's not actually going to block people's view. So that was accidental genius out of us here. But yeah, I'm trying to kind of flatten this out. There is no good way to smooth out like a large area. I wish I could say like from this section to this section I want a common like 2-degree incline in the ground, but there is no tool for that. So we really just kind of have to try to do as best as we can and then kind of use some of the smooth tools and stuff, but it's definitely not an easy task. Starting to kind of finish up here using our smooth tool. Want to make it as nice and smooth as possible. These guys are obviously pretty lazy, so we want to make sure they don't have to exert themselves too hard to be able to get up top here. And I think that looks pretty good. I like how that turned out. All right, let's hope that if we go into our barriers, they need a level 4 climb proof. So we're going to go with the steel mesh. We're going to make it climb proof on, I don't even know if we need right or left yet, so we'll do that later. But let's hope that we can kind of set our fence up like this was my intention. And that way we can kind of run it along the entire side and never worry about them getting out. Sometimes I feel like this game is more about the fences that you can build than the actual animals that are contained within those fences. Dude, I wonder what our total time played is on fence building and like path building in this game so far. It's got to be pretty significant. And this is a pretty serious fence here because it's curved on all edges and barely hanging on by a thread on some of the cliffs and stuff. So this thing is we're building it mini piece by mini piece, and it's going to take a while. Instead of doing the chain link, because nobody's really going to be able to see it anyway, let's increase the height. So we're going to bring it up to about here. I'm going to go with concrete. I feel like concrete's kind of cool, and I feel like it meets the theming a bit better. We could kind of line it with vines and bamboo and stuff like that. So we've got that there. Let's grab our let's go to our blueprints and grab our pagoda, and we're going to see how this thing looks. I'm gonna kind of line it up nicely. Maybe leave a little bit of space between it and the fence so we don't have anybody jumping off, but something like that probably looks pretty good. And all right, there we have it. That's the start to our exhibit. I actually feel like this looks really good so far. I'm excited for this. So I guess first things first, we could just grab some of the habitat bedding. Let's just make one big bed in the middle. I want to see them all hanging out together. I don't want to see them separated. So I'm going to make a big bed in here. Looking pretty good. Just like that. It's solid. All right, so bedding and hard shelter are complete. Now what else do we want to add in here is the question. This is where things get kind of interesting. I definitely want some sort of a little pond. We maybe do 2 ponds. We could do a pond on this side and a pond on that side. Have like some pretty cherry blossom trees and stuff. I'm actually going to speed up time a little bit. We're going to bring this into the daylight. I don't know why we weren't working in daylight yet. It's kind of like early morning dawn lighting, so it's not really that beautiful yet. Once we start putting in all these nice trees and bamboo and stuff like that, we're gonna want to be able to see the real color. So bam, there it is, some sunlight. Dude, this already looks 10 times better. What were we doing working in the dark? That made no sense. All right, here we go. They like temperate items from the Asia continent, obviously. So we're gonna go into nature here, And we're gonna check out on the continent of Asia. We want some temperate items. And let's see. Ooh, see, like they like these azaleas. Obviously, they really like bamboo. We're gonna put bamboo pretty much everywhere. Cherry blossoms, that's exactly what I was thinking of. We've got these things, which are cool, but a little bit ugly, honestly. I want this to be a super, elaborate exhibit in terms of color and beauty. Let's grab some temperate rocks. I'm gonna get the big flat one that we always really enjoy. This one always looks nice. And we're gonna set this guy up directly in the center of the pond, which is kind of hard to do in this lighting. Hopefully that's pretty centered right there. So we're gonna set one up there. Let's flip it twice so that it's facing the opposite direction. We'll set up one right here. And then we're gonna go back. We're gonna grab the prettiest cherry blossom we can find. I really like this one. It's a little dainty, but it's still beautiful. And we're gonna put this in the center of that rock. So we'll put one here, and then we're gonna kind of flip this twice and put this one over here. All right, looking pretty nice so far. Gonna take some azaleas here, and we're gonna decorate the bottom of the rock all the way around. I mean, this doesn't look that pretty yet because it's still kind of in the shadows and stuff, but I think that all of this color is really gonna pop when we need it to. I also think one thing we could do, let's grab our painting. We're gonna go with long grass, and we are just going to cover this thing in grass. I feel like it looks pretty ugly because it's just all this brown dirt. So we're just gonna put grass all over this thing. We're gonna do some soil on the bottom of the ponds. I feel like looks a little bit better. So go ahead and throw these guys in there like that. Looks pretty good. All right, so we're off to a start. It's definitely looking not perfect yet, but we're off to a start. You guys already know azaleas covering this entire thing. Oh my gosh, we are gonna spend so much time on this project today, but I'm all right with that. So we're gonna line this thing in the purple azaleas all the way around. I'm even going to I'm gonna have them go inside one. So we're gonna have it kind of go inside like that. Even the backside, where nobody's really gonna see it or be able to tell, and I don't even think the pandas are gonna come back here because why would they? But we're gonna line it, dude. We are spending so much money on flowers already. This is ridiculous. All right, boom. Looks nice. I like it so far. This section, it's kind of weird because the grass kind of raises up a little bit, so that's not exactly perfect there. I guess we could, here, let's grab our terrain tool. Lower the grass in this area a little bit, and then we could kind of bring it down a little bit to keep it more fluent throughout. Let's not get lazy here, Trev. All right, cool. So we've got that. Looking pretty good so far. Let's keep building. Obviously, bamboo is gonna be a massive part of their diet and their lifestyle. So we've got a 1 meter, a 1 meter 1, a 1 meter 2. We've got a 2 meter, which is, why is that sideways? We've got a 4 meter. Why are these coming up sideways? I have no clue what's going on. All right, I'm gonna grab, 8 meters. We're gonna grab this 8 meter strip. Should we just do the whole, let's just do the whole backside here. Because the backside's kind of boring. Is this blocking the view of the people though? Yeah, it's kind of blocking the view a little bit. We probably need to lower it. We're gonna lower it, and we're gonna line the whole backside. I'm a little bit worried that we're gonna get too much coverage with this. We should probably think about bringing these guys in here fairly soon just to kind of see how they feel. But at the same time, I mean, this is their primary source of food, so why would they ever be upset with this? You know what I mean? We've got 6 of these guys to move in here. This is gonna be kind of crazy, dude. I mean, honestly, it's kind of cool that we can have so many all in one habitat. It's unique. We don't really have a lot of animals that work with up to 10, so this is gonna be an exciting one. I think it's gonna bring a lot of hype to the zoo. I think it's gonna bring in a lot of new people, a lot of fresh, friendly faces, hopefully a lot of money. And hopefully even a little bit of breeding too. So looking pretty good here. We're gonna start this up, start bringing these guys in. We need to do some of the basics of the habitat though. So we're gonna come into our giant panda. Oh, cooler. We're definitely gonna want coolers. Almost forgot about that. So we're gonna put a cooler on each side here. We're gonna want another cooler probably here. Dude, this is gonna be an expensive exhibit in terms of heating and cooling, but we're just gonna have to deal with it. Put one here, Put one here will be good, and then we're gonna have to put one in here. At least one, if not more. 2 to 29 degrees Celsius. I'm gonna set this at a nice 20, I think. So we're gonna readjust each of these to 20 degrees. Not too hot, not too cold. It looks like they've got no power, so we're gonna have to set up power and water filtration systems for this exhibit. We're really starting to get out there, dude. Our zoo is expanding so much at this point. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, we're gonna get this all set up. Hopefully before these guys actually get in here. I think we had a Bengal tiger mature, so we're gonna have to go check him out, see what's going on with that. Yeah, we've got Komodo dragons and red pandas that haven't eaten. I think honestly it might be time because we've been adding quite a bit to our Asian section. Let's add a new keeper. And we're gonna put them in this Asian section. So, ooh, interesting. So it looks like we've got 2 elderly tigers at 20 years old now. So we're gonna go and release them to the wild. We're gonna collect some conservation credits on that, and then we're gonna have to figure out which one we want to keep, and we're probably gonna have to adopt a new one. Dude, we've got some heavy hitters. Oh, Zoya is our best one, female, 57. Well, this one's 7,500 rating. That's a problem. Zoya's got slightly better genetics, but I guess the rating's better on Naira here. We aren't gonna be able to breed Naira with Dhruv, are we? Let me compare mates here. Nope, that's inbreeding. Okay, that's not gonna work. Looks like we're gonna want Naira in here, and we're gonna want to adopt a new Bengal. A beer is 4.1 years old, but we can't really, we can't afford him. How's this one not looking too bad? Ooh, what about Farhan right here? Oh shoot, he doesn't really have a good rating though. We want a big, good rating. Ooh, 7,500, but he's old. I'm thinking Farhan here, dude. Like he's not quite as high of a rating as a beer, but we can afford him, and he's got good stats. I guess fertility isn't at 100%, but I think he's gonna be a good call. So we're gonna get Farhan here. We're gonna move Farhan back into the habitat, and then we're gonna grab Naira. We're gonna move her back into the habitat. What was our other? I think our other female was the one we wanted to save. Zoya right here is pretty solid. So we're gonna come in. We're gonna go and take a look at Zoya. Zoya, we're gonna throw a star on. We'll take Naira's star off, and then we're gonna put Avi, Farhan, and Dhruv up on the marketplace. We've got a train of keepers coming in, dude. All 4 of them that work in the Asia area. I feel bad because we have animals who are getting hungry in the Asia area and nobody's taking care of them because they're all taking care of these pandas. But as soon as they're done with these pandas, we should be good to go. So let's see what we've got going on. Our first giant panda, welcome to the club. Oh my gosh, we've got animals with low welfare. Dude, these pandas really kind of messed us up, I'm not gonna lie. Cheetahs are hungry. Dogs are dying. Komodo dragons are hungry. We've got cheetahs maturing, so we're gonna have to worry about that. All right, that actually probably has to be priority number 1. Oh my goodness, dude. We had 5 baby cheetahs turn into adults. That is amazing. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and send all these guys to the trade center. I can feel our just like, you know, conservation credits improving right now. This is great. So we're gonna rip those out of the exhibit. I'm sorry, but you're here for a reason, and that reason is to, oh shoot, we've got overcrowding of the tortoises. Dude, everything is happening all at once right now. The tortoises have actually been a super big player for us because it's the only walkthrough exhibit we have. People really like it. I mean, if you look right here, we have so many people in the tortoises, so it's kind of cool. So we want to make sure that we keep them happy. I'm going to focus on them real quick. We're going to take a look at maturity. So anyone who just turned into an adult, dude, there's so many of them. 22.2 years is the point that you turn over. So we're gonna send all of these guys to the trade center. Really, we just need to keep one good male and 1 good female, ideally not from the same family. So I guess 1 good male or 1 good female in total. Cause they go like crazy. It's honestly insane how much they produce. So I guess we'll keep Raphael, the turtle. That's great. I'm going to keep Raphael and Aitana here, and then we're going to get rid of the other ones. They aren't going to make much in the marketplace, so we're just going to release these guys to the wild and not really worry about it. Okay, now we've got to get back to these pandas who, I'm going to be honest, they are not very happy. Welfare is not good. They don't even have power and water yet out here. So we're going to have to set that up ASAP. I may have an interesting idea here. I don't know if this is going to work out or not, but we're going to try it. I wonder if you can just put you could put these inside. The problem is that it doesn't fit anywhere else. Like, we need to have it inside just to be able to reach all of our coolers, and we still don't even reach the cooler that's over in this corner. So I'm wondering if we could put these inside here, cover them up in bamboo, and put like a little tree and stuff in the middle, and then people won't notice. But I'm not sure our mechanic's gonna be able to reach it is the question. Look at that. We can kind of make it like a nice little circle. I mean, it doesn't really make sense to have a staff path there, but you've got to have a staff path to be able to place these things down. And then what we can do is we can just grab a bunch of bamboo and we can just kind of make it a little feeding thing for them. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be away from everybody. You're not going to be able to hear it. You're not going to really be able to see it. If we just kind of set up bamboo all around, mechanics should still be able to get in there, and it just kind of looks like a little decorational piece. You know what I mean? I don't know. We didn't really think about that coming into it. But I think for now, that is probably our best option. Let me take a look at our terrain here. It looks like we are going to have to put some short grass in. I kind of expected that. So I'm going to do short grass in through here. Let's go ahead and bump this up a little bit. We're going to do short grass up top. The problem is the long grass just looks nicer. The whole top side is all going to be short. That's fine. And then we can kind of drop the intensity and fade it down into the long grass. Here towards the back side, it looks pretty good. And then it looks like they do want a little bit more soil, so I'm thinking we just do more soil around the actual lakes or little ponds that we've made here. Put soil on this back side because nobody's actually going to see that, so that's going to look a little bit nicer. And it looks like if we get just a little, maybe some soil up on the sides over here, just a little bit more soil, we're going to be in perfect shape. There it is. All right. Still looks pretty nice though. I like how that turned out there. Okay. So they're starting to get a little bit happier, but we've still got some ways to go. Temperature's still not good. We need way more plants. We need enrichment. We need food. We need water. We need the whole nine. So let's go back into habitat. Let's take a look at our food and water. So we're going to have an arboreal feeding platform. Can kind of just, you know, I mean, I'm kind of tempted to throw it up here. I don't know if it'll fit though. We could put it up in here, could be kind of cool, but I think that'd make it too hard to reach for our employees. So we're just gonna put a food platform over there. We'll put water here. Enrichment items, I mean, they're bears, so we already have quite a bit that they're gonna be able to work with. I think, yeah, there's already a barrel feeder over here. But we could, I mean, I'm kind of, let's do a barrel feeder over here. Kind of in the middle on the back side up here looks pretty good. So we've got that. We've got a feed scatter, which we could put, I guess if their main feeding is over there, we could put this over here. So they always have access to food somewhere. Let me see what they've got for toys. Looks like they like bobbins, so we could put a bobbin right here in the middle. We could put a gift box over here. We could put a fire hose ball over in this section. Wind chimes we already have up there. I'm gonna do a rubbing pillar on the edge of each lake. Could be kind of cool. Block of ice, how about we throw that down here in the middle as well? And we've got some herb scent markers. I'm gonna put those over on the sides of the lakes over here. All right, looking pretty good. So enrichment, toy and food has gone up. Temperature should be getting better since we've got the transformer in there and these things are working. I kind of want to check our temperature coverage. Let me watch this. See, we're gonna need one more here. We're gonna want one here. We're probably gonna want one over here. We're gonna want one over here. We've got starving animals. Bro, why are animals starving right now? We're having a hard time today. I'm just going to kind of set these up everywhere we can. It's good that we've got it backed up against the polar bears, so this is going to be a cold section of the zoo, that's for sure. Look at him run! Look at him run! Look at him run! Oh my gosh, he's so cute, dude. Are you kidding me right now? Look at the little guy go. Where's he going? He's going to something. He is on a mission. You are so adorable. Are you kidding me right now? Let's go see what some of the other ones are up to, dude. They are running all over the place. The zoo is currently, like, we're having some issues, but I've got to take a moment to myself to kind of enjoy these guys. Look at this big boy. That's a boy, right? Yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, he is enormous. Oh, look at this one. Hold on. Where are you at? Oh my gosh, dude. Just taking a bath. It's important to stay clean, I agree. What? Dude, we've got baby elephants. I didn't even know. We just had a baby elephant born. Look at him swimming around. Oh, dude, the zoo is like, currently it's in a little minor state of chaos. I'm not gonna lie. I'm making sure that nobody's getting super hungry. I think adding so many animals in at once really kind of screwed things up, and it got a bunch of our keepers busy. But, dude, we've got new baby elephants. Our lion just had offspring. This is insane. So much is happening right now. I'm so happy. We've just got to be careful and make sure we're keeping an eye on everything. Okay, so this is what I was worried about. It is saying that the power and water treatment is inaccessible. So we had a good idea. We thought it might work. Unfortunately, it's not gonna work. We're gonna have to delete all this, and that means it's gonna make everything hot again for these guys. So we're gonna have to figure something out, dude. Instead, I think what we're gonna have to do is just kind of bring it this way. I mean, it's not gonna be the prettiest thing in the world, but it's a part of life. We're gonna have to set this up for these guys. I mean, this is a big exhibit, to be honest, and it's hard to keep it powered and everything else. So we're gonna come in here. Let's take a look at our facilities. Can go ahead and set a water treatment plant up right there, as well as a transformer is gonna take somewhat of that side. I guess it's pretty much that half. And then we're gonna have to do pretty much the same thing over on this side. This doesn't look too bad. I was worried it was gonna be worse, and we've got another electricity there, and that's actually gonna take care of it. Oh my goodness, dude. So now we're gonna have to go into our zoo. We're gonna have to edit our work zones. We're gonna have to add all these things to the Asian work zone. So let's go ahead and add those and those. Looks good, and we should be solid. That should take care of our issue. Honestly, it looks a little bit better. Like, I liked our idea, but it was kind of blocking the view of our little setup here, and I feel like overall we're better for it here. Getting back into the stars of today's episode, the pandas. Everything just kind of went pretty crazy right there. Looks like plant type and coverage is not good. Are we just not? I mean, we've got hard terrain, we've got shelter, everything's looking good. We just need more coverage. They want more coverage, and they want better types of plants. Do they not like all the bamboo? Where's the bamboo at? Yeah, they like the bamboo. They just want more of it. Okay, so we need a lot more plants and trees and little things. Honestly, I'm just gonna set up bushes over all of these coolers just because I feel like it's gonna make it look a lot nicer rather than having the metal coolers sticking out of the ground. Kind of random spots for bushes, but it's gonna be okay. We could do maybe like a cherry blossom on each side of this. Might look kind of nice, kind of welcoming them into their little home. I mean, I was thinking, dude, we could just totally line the whole thing with bamboo if we wanted. I'm gonna go for it. It's an easy way to get coverage. It's an easy way to make it look a little bit better. There's nothing really else we're gonna be able to line it with. We could put some like vines and stuff on the walls, but honestly I feel like the bamboo looks way cooler, so we're just gonna keep it low to the ground, make sure it's not blocking people's views, and we should be okay. We skipped the area next to the door, obviously, so to keep it going, I say we grab some, ooh, not twin flowers, although those are pretty. We definitely should use those. I'm gonna grab some of this ivy, and we're gonna put this along the door. Yeah, that looks pretty nice right there. All right, so we've got a lot more coverage there. Let's see where we're at. So we're up to a 40%. We can go even higher. I mean, they're happy with the habitat now. Everything's good. I think we do have kind of a pretty barren area out here, so I would like to find something else to do. I don't know if we add new trees. Black thorn bush actually looks decent, but not really a lot of color. We could do more of these. I don't want too much pink though. We could do these elms. Nah, that's really gonna kind of block it. Holly trees. I like how it's turned out so far, so I really don't want to go too crazy. But I could see adding something. Even if we did, let's do some big bamboo kind of in some of these. Could be kind of cool. I don't think we want too much of it, but I'm thinking in at least a couple of these. And again, just try to make it even all the way throughout. That doesn't look too bad. I like that. So they've got some tall bamboo they can mess with. I mean, we could do a couple of dead trees. I want to keep it super symmetrical. I'm going to put these in each of the spots where the ground has been kind of browned out from last time when we had the power and water treatment things there. All right, dude, to be honest, I feel like this turned out pretty cool. I really like it. Is there anything that we should do in here? I mean, it's kind of simple in there. I feel like these walls are a little bit barren. Should we grab some of the wisteria or maybe some of the ivy and kind of throw it on the walls? Little ivy patch there, and then let's get like some vertical patches. We want something that's kind of long. I mean, this is such a big wall, a big space. You want it to kind of hold its own. So we can bring it like this, bring it like that, and then we could kind of have it falling down a little bit. Maybe another piece over here, just to add a little bit of variation to this, so it's not just big open concrete. Looking pretty nice. Kind of get rid of the blank slate of walls there. And dude, I mean, I don't know. I feel like we could constantly be adding more, but I also don't want it to get too crazy. I just like look at this, dude. This is beautiful. I really like how it turned out. Look at that face. Dude, they are so sweet. Reminds me of Koda a little bit. Just big and fluffy. You just want to pet them. A little lazy. Oh, let's take a look at this guy down here. He's kind of hanging out in our little pond area, drying off. Dude, are you kidding me right now? Got African buffalo that are gonna die. That's sad. Man, I think we're gonna do our big African mixed pot of animals here pretty soon. But to be honest, I feel like this is a fantastic thing that we put together here. I really like the shape. I like that we made it like a half circle. I like, of course, the centerpiece here. And I don't know, like I feel like it's fairly simple, but at the same time, it really gets the job done. And I feel like people are gonna enjoy it. We've got a few people starting to come out here. I think we are gonna have to set up some transportation, dude. I think we're kind of struggling with that a little bit. I'm gonna set up some tip jars and kind of the educational items and stuff like that. But I think that we're gonna be able to call this one a wrap here. So hope you guys enjoyed. I know I definitely did. These guys are a huge new addition to the zoo, and I'm excited to see what kind of profits and visitors that they bring. So I'm gonna see you guys in our next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think, if there's anything you would add or change, and I'll see you all later. Peace out.